Hey, it's Meatball.
And Mark.
And this is the Rocker Morning Show on demand from 107.7 RKR. 107.7 RKR. It is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good, man.
How was your impromptu day off?
It was wonderful, I guess. I napped a lot. That was great.
Nice.
But I still, I don't know. I hurt.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I just slept too hard. Like I just napped too hard or something. I don't know. I woke up yesterday morning with a fever and I was achy and I was like, oh, that's not good. So, you know, obviously we don't want to get people sick in the building because Lord knows you get one person sick in here, the whole building gets sick and then no radio program. So we're not doing that. But yeah, man, I woke up feeling like crap yesterday and I don't know, took some medicine, drank a lot of water, took a lot of naps and then yeah, but last night I was feeling okay.
Your body was like, nope, we're doing a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, something. I don't know, man.
That's weird.
It was a busy weekend though, so that might have contributed to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we did the presidential show with Trixie Tang on Saturday. That was a ton of fun.
Nice.
You made it down to Canadiana Fest. You said that looked pretty good down there.
Yeah, that was fun. It was so hot.
Yeah.
Very humid.
Very un-Canadian like.
Yeah, very un-Canadian like. Unlike last year, which was just miserable.
Well, it was the last day of summer, so I mean, it had to go out with a bang. And then the next day, you know, it was all kind of cold and gloomy and football
Pretty
weather.
much.
So, yeah, it was great. But yeah, man, busy weekend. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. I can't describe. I honestly cannot describe to you other than I just whole body hurt. So I was like,
man,
yeah, I'm not coming in. I don't want to get anybody else sick of this.
Might need a stunt double for Meatball over here.
Well, I probably should have known something was wrong because normally, like Sunday nights, I stay up and at least try to watch like the first half of Sunday Night Football. You know, No, I didn't even make it. I think I barely made it through the 4:30 games.
Wow!
Like I saw the end of my Cowboys getting destroyed, and I was like, all right, maybe that's what it is. I'm just super depressed.
Maybe
because the Cowboys they look like I don't know Pop Warner right now. They look awful. Ugh. Lions look good though.
They
won.
They were okay in the first half. But
they won.
Second half, they just didn't feel like playing.
Listen,
their defense did, but
see, that's the thing is the Lions are good enough now that everybody sees them as their Super Bowl team. They're like, this is our statement win, and then they don't get it. So yeah,
I mean, it's just 1 year.
That's fair. I know. No, I'm glad to be back. Like I said, I don't know what happened to me yesterday, but it was not good. So I'm back in the saddle today, and feeling pretty good, man.
All right. I think we need to get you some coffee though.
Yeah, I do need some coffee. I think
you're in snoozy mode. We don't want to.
No, I'm not in snoozy mode. Like I'm just like I think I got too much sleep. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. All right, we're gonna go get me some coffee. Coming up, Mark, you have a story on weed delivery.
Yeah, and a really cool book about Michigan that you guys need to check out. In fact, we're gonna talk to the author in a little bit.
Fantastic. Coming up on the Rocker.
107.7 RKR. It's a Rocker Morning Show with Mark Frankhouse.
And Meatball.
Delivery systems and, these side gigs are crucial. They became really popular, obviously, over the pandemic and saved a lot of businesses. And now it's just part of, like, society. Like, grocery stores are doing delivery. Like, it's such a requested job that it's now I think just part of our culture. Now weed places are doing delivery.
Unbelievable.
I've seen a few of these before, but if you open up the 107.7 RKR app, you can read the story about how LeafLink, they're apparently the nation's largest cannabis wholesale platform. They're partnering with Canna Delivery and apparently kickstarting their campaign to offer this service throughout Southwest Michigan and then spreading across the state. They're going to be offering weed delivery.
So it's Uber, but for weed. Uber delivery or DoorDash or whatever.
You're calling your weed an Uber. Yes.
Okay.
To you.
Okay.
So yes, it's like DoorDash, but for weed.
That is unbelievable.
I think that might not be the best idea.
Yeah. I'm still kind of like, I'm a little like, I know it's legal in Michigan. You can have up to a certain amount of different products and stuff.
Right.
And I'm not educated enough in it because I don't partake really. But at the same time, like that still feels so sketchy. like, bro, come deliver my weed. You know what I mean?
I can see how it can be convenient
Now,
if you're under the influence and you would rather have somebody who's not.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, at least you're doing the smart thing.
Well, that's kind of the point too of like a DoorDash or an Uber system is like, listen, I'm not in a situation where I'm capable of driving a motor vehicle. Somebody come get me or somebody bring it to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes total sense on this, but it's like, you know, who would have thought, you know, a few years ago that not only would we just be openly smoking marijuana, but like now we have delivery systems for it, and like it's just I don't know. Feels weird, man.
Let us know what you think about this, 978-1077, because I'm curious about your feedback on this, whether or not it's a good idea or a bad idea. And again, you can read about this on the 1077 RKR app.
My only question is like, if they are like DoorDash, can they do extra stops like DoorDash does? So like, hey, go pick me up, you know, whatever from the dispensary. But also, can you stop and get me like some vanilla ice cream and Cheetos?
See, that's the thing. Someone would have to work both jobs, which might be dangerous if they're partaking, because you might get delivered like a half-eaten burger. I'm kidding. They'd eat the whole thing.
It's time to turn up your dials and tune out the traffic because we're playing the Daily 5 on the Rocker Morning Show. Testing the mental magnitude of your favorite morning monkeys on the radio. And now, your hosts for the Daily 5, Meatball and Mark Frank House.
It is the Daily 5 where Mark and I ask each other questions. The other one answers. Today, I'm asking the questions. Mark is answering. Mark, you have some help on the line today from our good friend Lisa. Good morning, Lisa. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
Awesome, Lisa. You got to help me get 3 out of 5 questions correct. If you do, we'll take a 2-0 advantage. If not, Meatball will bounce back and tie it up.
All right. Let's do this. Question number 1. This is entertainment, and it's left over from Talk Like a Pirate Day. How did Captain Hook lose his hand? Was it during a tragic fight with the Lost Boys? He lost it in a poker game, or a crocodile bit it off?
Oh,
wow. I think so. The sexy answer is the crocodile because he knows he's got beef with the croc.
Right.
I'm pretty sure the answer is he lost it in a fight with the Lost Boys. I'm pretty sure.
That could be it.
Lisa doesn't sound very convinced of that.
What was the second one?
The second one is he lost it in a poker game.
No, that's not it.
Yeah, Texas Hold'em. They were playing it on the boat. Yeah. I think it's the Lost Boys, Lisa.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, Lost Boys. Final answer.
Lost it in a fight with the Lost Boys. Final answer. No, it was the crocodile.
What?
Yeah. He lost it. The ticking noise. The ticking noise from the clock that he swallowed at the same time. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right.
So now you know, go with the sexy answer.
Yep, now we'll know that one.
Question number 2, general knowledge. What is the oldest university in the United States of America? Is it St. John's College, College of William and Mary, or Harvard? And for the record, these are the 3 oldest schools.
St. John's, William and Mary, and Harvard.
Correct.
I'm looking more towards Harvard, but that's a hard one. This is on my part probably a guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Harvard?
Harvard?
Harvard.
That is the sexy answer. But Meatball could be toying with us again and unsexy it up.
I don't know how often you hear Harvard and sexy in the same sentence.
Never. That we just broke new ground there. Okay, Lisa, if you're thinking Harvard, I'm cool with Harvard. What do you say?
Yep, I say yes.
All right, Harvard, let's go.
Yes.
Harvard, final answer. No, it is the College of William and Mary.
Okay.
Established 1683.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't even born then.
All right, we're going to get the next 3 right, Lisa.
I don't think most of us were born, Lisa, at that time. All right, question number 3. This is entertainment. Which current late-night television host has a cameo as Lieutenant George C. Rice in the 2001 series Band of Brothers? Is it Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, or Stephen Colbert?
Band of Brothers.
That was the miniseries on the 101st Airborne Easy Company. HBO put it out. Yep. Awesome series.
Oh,
Man, I do not know. I never
I don't either.
I never watched Band of Brothers.
Oh, you should. It's phenomenal.
One of the Jimmies.
One of the Jimmies.
Jimmies?
This would have been in 2001.
Lisa, I'm going to leave it on you.
Oh.
No pressure. Just go with your gut.
Wow.
Kimmel or Fallon?
The Kimmel.
Final answer.
Going Jimmy Kimmel. Final answer. It was Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, bummer.
And in fact, Jimmy Fallon didn't know how to drive the Jeep he was in. So in the show, you can see soldiers pushing the Jeep because he didn't know how to drive it.
Oh, my gosh. Well, Lisa, we went 0 for 3 today. Kind of like Meatball went 0 for 3 yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't here. That's okay. You got $20 in Michigan Lottery scratch-off tickets. Unfortunately for Meatball, there are still 2 leftover B questions for tomorrow.
Awesome.
Wow.
We're not letting this go, apparently. But Congratulations, Lisa. Hopefully you can cash in on some lottery tickets before you cash in on Assault the Vault.
Awesome. Thank you.
1077 RKR is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
All right, so I don't know where my brain was when I wrote these first few questions for the Daily 5 trivia game, because it was pointed out to me, and we did a little research afterward, that actually, Mark, you and Lisa got 2 of those questions correct.
Yes.
So one, this one was, I think, just a confusion of sources, but Peter Pan actually cut off the hand to Captain Hook in A Dare by the Lost Boys. Now, there was an adaptation where he slammed a trunk and cut his hand off, but either way, the hand did get fed to the crocodile. So I think that's where my source got it.
Yeah.
So I understand the mix up there, but the real story is hand cut off by Peter Pan by the Lost Boys. So you get that point. And I got the years mixed up on my universities. Again, I don't know where my brain was when I wrote the answers down. Harvard is the oldest university, 1636. I got the year right.
Yeah.
But I put it next to the wrong university on my answer sheet, my cheat sheet.
It is very rare that this happens, because sometimes you'll have a question. Sometimes I'll have a question that's disputed.
Yeah.
And then we go and look and you're like, wow, yeah, I guess we had it wrong. But this time, when you said crocodile, I was like, something about that isn't right, because as long as it's been since I've seen Peter Pan, something stuck in my brain where I was like, I don't think that's right. I think his hand was cut off.
So Mark actually has 2 points. He just needs one more to win the Daily 5 today. Mark, would you like to continue the Daily 5 this morning?
Let's run it.
All right. We are going to continue the Daily 5 with Mark because I am an idiot, apparently. Now, I did double check these questions to make sure the answer is correct.
Okay, good.
I have triple checked these, so I know for a fact. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Question number 4. In 1999, the Miami Zoo had to shelter its animals from Hurricane Floyd. Specifically, where did they shelter their flock of flamingos? Was it in a guest bathroom, in the gift shop, or at the zoo director's home?
Oh my gosh. That's funny. Man, I don't know how, legally, I don't know how you would get it in the zoo director's home.
Just put them in a truck, take them there.
Yeah.
Do desperate things in desperate times.
I guess so. I like the idea of putting them in the gift shop.
Just then they're pecking away at all the stuffed animals and stuff.
Just because I really hope it was the gift shop, I'm going to go with gift shop. Final answer.
Gift shop, final answer. No, they did the best they could. They put them in a bathroom.
That's funny.
They put them in a bathroom there at the zoo. So, yeah. All right. Get this one right. You actually win the Daily 5 today.
Rad.
This is history. Paris's Notre Dame Cathedral was built on top of what? Was it built on top of a trash dump, the ruins of a pagan temple, or an old gypsy encampment?
Old gypsy encampment.
Mm-hmm.
Ruined temple.
The ruins of a pagan temple.
Ruins of a pagan temple.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Or a trash dump.
Yeah. They had a lot of trash dumps back in 1400 something, whenever they built that.
I do not know this one. Yeah, I am absolutely baffled. This, we may not even need to.
Well, I mean, the sexy answers have actually worked for you, even though I told you one was wrong. So what's the sexy answer here?
I don't even know. The trash dump.
The trash dump
Trash
is the
is
sexiest.
sexy. Okay, you know what? I'm going to legitimately roll a dice here
Okay.
because I don't know.
Okay.
1, 2, we'll go trash dump.
Okay.
3, 4, we'll go pagan thing.
Pagan temple, ruins of
And
pagan
then
temple,
5, 6, we'll go
gypsy encampment.
gypsy encampment.
All right, roll that dice, Mark.
Trash heap, final answer.
Going trash dump, final answer. Well, all that for, there we go. All that for nothing. Well, you did get 2 extra questions. No, it was built on the ruins of a pagan temple, specifically one built for the god Jupiter.
That's interesting.
So, yeah. Well, you got 2 right.
Yep, that's all that matters.
I can't believe I did that, man. Like I think I did some of these yesterday because I really woke up from my naps yesterday and some of these questions were already done. I wonder if I legitimately did them in my sleep or something.
That would be great.
Just made some stuff up and whatever. All right. Well, I still get the point today, but as Bob called us a little bit ago, he learned more this morning, I think, than he did in his entire 4 years of high school. So if we are anything if not educational on this show.
We just have to double check our sources.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to vet my questions the next morning to make sure I didn't write them in my sleep again.
107.7 RKR. It's the Rocker Morning Show with Mark Freikhaus and Meatball, joined on the phone by an author and a lifelong Michigan resident who just wrote a book about all the weird, wonderful, and obscure things in Michigan. Welcome to the Rocker Morning Show. Amy Piper, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, it's fun.
You have gone on the ultimate roadside attraction journey and put this amazing book together. Are you a native of Michigan?
I am. I was born and bred in Michigan. I grew up in Lansing and then the Holt area, South Lansing.
Okay.
And I've lived here my whole life.
What initially prompted you to write about all these unique things in this book?
Well, I had written a book called 100 Things to Do in Lansing Before You Die.
Yeah.
By Reedy Press. And so then I started exploring Kansas with another writer, and she wrote Secret Kansas.
Huh.
And so I thought, this is going to be fun. So I decided to approach the publisher on my next book, and I ended up with Secret Michigan.
How did you compile this list together? Did you seek out all of these spots personally, like on a real road trip?
Oh, yes. Not all at once.
Right.
Well, first I would do my research online. Since I've lived here my whole life, I had some ideas already. And then I checked into Facebook groups and various people that I would meet at my book events. And I would say, hey, do you know any secrets? Tell me your secrets. And then gradually it came together, and it's kind of funny. Right up until the last minute, I was swapping and changing because I could only have 84 stories.
Oh, wow.
And so I had to really make some tough decisions.
Yeah. Now, why was there a limit to the stories you could write about?
Well, the length of the book, the publisher has a predetermined format of the length, and how many stories are in there based on their price and that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So
this kind of opens the door up to maybe a Secret Michigan too.
You know, a lot of people have mentioned that. I've been trying to tell some of the stories that are not in my book on my social media, so that people can get a taste of what there is, because there are just so many things. Michigan's a huge state, and there's also a book called Secret Detroit and Secret Upper Peninsula, But I also included some of those places in my book because it's Michigan, you have to, but included different stories than they told.
That's cool. How can people get this book? Because it's available now, right?
It's available now. It's available at local bookstores. It's available at Barnes & Noble, Amazon. You can get it on my blog, followthepiper.com.
We'll include an Amazon link about this book in the article that's on the 1077 RKR app. Definitely suggest getting it. Secret Michigan, A Guide to the Weird, Wonderful, and Obscure. It's available now. Amy, it was great talking to you, and can't wait to get stuck into this book. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem. If you want to learn more about the book, we've got the full interview available on the on-demand button on the 1077 RKR app, and you can visit the article on the app as well.
1077 RKR, it is the Rocket Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
University of Michigan has a ton of tradition. They're the, if not the, one of the oldest football programs in the country. We're not going to trust my knowledge on that today, apparently. They're very storied, over 100 years, first team to ever get over 1,000 wins, like huge storied traditional football program. So of course, there's going to be some awesome traditions with Michigan. Like, can you think of some of your favorites with the team? Like, you know, during a game, about the game, things like that.
I've only been to one U of M game before. I definitely want to try to go again this year, even though it's not looking too pretty for our boys. But
tickets to be cheap.
Yeah, but I mean, Michigan, U of M has the most wins out of any football team ever. So
that's your favorite tradition? Is you're just the winningest team?
Winningest team. I like. The one time I did see them, they were playing the Broncos. So that was the nice thing is I didn't have. I had two dogs in the fight, so to speak.
There you go. I got you.
So,
okay.
Yeah. Either way, I was going to win.
Well, USA Today recently announced their list of the 10 best college sports traditions.
Okay.
And this would be like, you know, the script Ohio and the dotting of the I that they do down there. The Haka dance that they do for the Hawaiian games, and then Virginia Tech playing Enter Sandman, you know, some very old and some, you know, relatively new ones. Michigan made this year's list, and it's for one of their newer traditions, I guess. Do you know about the Blues Brothers dance tradition?
No. I mean, I guess, well, Mr. Brightside, I would say, is catching on heavily.
Yep. Mr. Brightside was one of the ones, I think, in contention for this. But the one that I think it made the top 10. It made it number 10. Something, I guess, the student section started when the band played I Can't Turn You Loose from the Blues Brothers. They did this in 2011. But it's mostly like a dance with like your arms and your upper torso and stuff.
That's great.
And they kind of do, have you ever seen like K-State fan section do the Wabash Cannonball where they're all, you know, rocking back and forth and stuff like that? It's like that, but there's more arm movements, a little more intricate. It's smarter, than Wabash.
Gotcha.
I'll just say it like that. It apparently made, top 10, sports traditions this year from USA Today.
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I will say Can't Turn You Loose is like such a good song.
Yeah.
It's a great way to get you in the zone.
And the fact that, you know, anytime you create like a thing to go around something that's a regular occurrence in a game like that, you know, like it just, I don't know, it elevates that environment a lot. I think it's really cool. But it's also pretty new in terms of a lot of other traditions in sports as well. So I don't know. You can read all about this, how they got nominated and stuff. Now it's on the 1077 RKR app. But yeah, it seems like this list might be relying on some of the newer traditions this year because the Hawkeye wave, in Iowa where they wave back to the Children's Hospital there. Yeah. I don't think that started until 2017 maybe. But that is apparently the number one college tradition now.
That they deserve to be number one with that.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But like, is it old enough to be a tradition? Like, how long does a thing have to be a thing to be a tradition? You know what I mean?
I think as long as it's a thing, it's a tradition.
But it has to occur more than once, right?
Right.
So like, I looked this up. The dictionary says, something that has been passed down through at least 2 generations.
Okay.
So I guess like in a college setting, that would be like a full student like class turnover, right?
I would imagine.
So 5 to 6 years, I guess they both kind of barely make the cut there for tradition. I don't know. That's interesting. But yeah, congrats U of M. Again, read more about it. 1077 RKR app. That's where it's at, and at WRKR.com. Two for Tuesday, a couple from Joe Walsh, 107.7 RKR. It is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
So I saw that M Live got to go check out the new presidential suites or club or whatever that is over there at Waldo Stadium this past week. They have their second home game, second conference game this week. And M Live took some photos of the new presidential suite, and I have some thoughts on this.
Yeah.
First of all, upgrades to facilities, almost always good. And if this is what they wanted, then good for them. I'm happy for them. But Mark, I don't get football vibes from this suite at all. Do you?
No, I get like a margarita shop.
If you had shown me these photos, like without the football field at some of the windows, I would have told you this is like a coffee lounge or like a juice bar or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm not a fan of stools that don't have a back to them, let alone this little, like, whatever this is on the back of the chairs. I'm not even, yeah.
But, like, that's not the vibe I'm looking for during a football game. Like, I want basically Buffalo Wild Wings, but at the field, you know?
Yeah, I don't mind the couches. Couches are fine, but they also seem really low to the ground. Like, they're facing the field, but you can't actually see the field because you're so low.
Yeah, if you sat on those couches and like laid back, I don't think you'd be able to see. You'd have to lean forward. And then what's the point in having the couch? Leaning forward on a couch is not, I don't know. Plus, I mean, if I'm watching football on a couch, 90% of the time I'm taking a nap.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't appreciate you napping on their couches. They're brand new couches.
Right, yeah. I don't know. I just, it's not giving off the right vibe for me. Again, if this is what they wanted, great. They accomplished it. But I don't know. Would you feel weird watching a football game from this place?
I don't know if I'd feel weird, but I definitely wouldn't go there. I wouldn't seek out that spot.
Yeah. If you want to see what we're talking about, again, the link to see this is now up on the 107.7 RKR app. Again, I'm sure the people who use this space are going to love it, and that's great for them. But honestly, if it's between this and the regular seats, put me out in the elements, man. Out in the cold metal benches, wearing 3 or 4 layers of clothes for the cold games, drinking beers quick so they don't freeze, or, sweating my butt off with the rest of the crowd. That's football to me, man. That's the football environment I crave. Although, if I do need a coffee order, I guess I know where I need to go.
Yeah, nice mimosa.
Go get me a Bronco Berry Blast smoothie from up there or something. 107.7 RKR, it is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
Yeah, Mark Frankhouse.
So yesterday, I caught you on air. You were talking about the pawpaw fruits.
Yes.
That grows around here. And I wrote that article, but you talked a little bit about how it's kind of like a custardy tasting, pineapple, mango, banana type of fruit.
Yep.
I was actually going to bring some in, but I can't find it. It's very difficult to find because it has a very short shelf life, I guess. You got a call, right?
Yesterday I did, yes, from somebody who's had it and had quite a few of them. And it was very interesting learning a little bit more about this elusive fruit.
So Abe called, and he had this to say about the pawpaw.
So about a couple of weeks ago, I was at the farmer's market in my hometown, Buchanan, Michigan, and a guy had some pawpaw. And I know of this fruit, and I've had it before, but I always wondered why it's not more popular, and I heard it had a bad shelf life. But then I got the fruit, and I Googled it, and it's crazy. So they don't tell you so it's got the skin and the seeds have you're right, they have a toxin in it, and it's full of big seeds, but the meat is good, but they don't flower all the time because they need shade, they need sun. So you don't see them a lot because they're usually in the shade, but they need a lot of sun in order to make a male fruit or a female fruit. But here's the thing. They make a flower that is that only gets pollinated by carrion flies. So the flower smells like death. I guess I want to grow it. I kept some seeds. I ate so I didn't get sick or anything.
Yeah.
Actually, I ate 3 of them that were big and ripe, and the other ones were so small, I just kept the seeds. But the flower, the way they pollinate this tree is that they hang a dead chicken on the tree.
Yeah.
Because Yeah, and then I guess the flower is kind of pretty. It looks like a hibiscus, kind of purple.
Yeah.
But I guess it smells like death. I mean, who would want it? I mean, that's probably why they don't grow it, because, you know, you're going to see it smell.
Yeah, so apparently this popular southern Michigan fruit smells like death.
Well, that is interesting, and that might explain why we can't frickin' find it.
Yeah, I know, like he said, some of the farmers markets sometimes have it, and I've seen it. And have you had it before?
No, I have not had
Dang
it yet.
Okay. All right. I'm really going to have to find something.
Listen, if you know where we can find a pawpaw fruit, or you've got one, like you want to hook us up, hit us up at 978-1077, because we need to get in on this.
Although that being said, now that I know what the tree smells like and the flowers do.
Don't bring the tree.
Yeah, we don't want that. Just bring the fruit. That's fine.